It's a horrifying trend to have games that are nothing but copy and paste to their predecessors and just slap the sequel name to it. This is what Assassin's Creed and Far Cry have been doing with their games. I am so glad that Assassin's Creed got a delay for a year, which means that the next game is gonna be awesome. Hopefully. But Far Cry Primal proves me that even if you have a game delayed for another year, you're still gonna have a spectacularly boring game. Companies always stick to their if it ain't broke don't fix it mentality, thinking that giving the same good game as last time will make us think that the game is gonna be great. Nope. If you're gonna give the same good game as last time, there's nothing stopping you from playing the same good game as last time. In the case of XCOM 2, it is the same good as the previous game, but there's nothing stopping me from buying Enemy Within and downloading the Long War mod, right? Right? XCOM 2 is the sequel to XCOM EU. It's a sequel that completely disregards the efforts that you made in XCOM EU because in this universe the world is completely taken over by aliens and you are the commander of the old unit who are gonna lead the resistance to fight against the aliens. Now here's the problem. The commander of the entire game is being put in some sort of an experimental pod and he failed on handling the aliens in the first game. So what makes the characters think that the commander is able to handle it again this time? Okay, let's ask the big question. Does XCOM 2 suck? No, it doesn't. At least if you don't compare it to the previous game. Do you prefer the first or the second? Again, nothing's stopping me from buying Enemy Within and downloading the Long War mod. Seriously, go play that game on that mod. It's like an essential mod for pretty much every element in the entire game. But we're not talking about that. Let's just talk about what XCOM 2 got wrong. The problem that I have with chance-based combat games, especially when they have feature to save, is nobody stops the players from reloading a previous save until they got the best result. This makes the entire game of XCOM 2 to be not out of tactics, but out of gambling, which explains why a lot of people are really addicted to it. And you know what? I wouldn't have a problem with it all if only the numbers did not lie. Let's say you have two units fighting against other two units. One has a weapon with enough damage to insta-kill an enemy, but the hit chance is 50% and 25% respectively. Now, this is completely fine when you're going off in a distant battle because there are a lot of factors that can contribute on you hitting or missing. However, when the enemy is right next to you and you're gonna use a sword to critical hit him, how in the name of God can my chance to hit this enemy to be 80%? For God's sake, he's right a few centimeters away from me. And then there's the timer. The majority of people agree that the timer ruins this entire game. And yes, it does, because this completely punishes the players on being careful and instead has to resort in mindless tactics. So professional XCOM Enemy Unknown players are forced to commit in run-and-gun episodes, which will definitely get their entire units decimated, and there's no way to raise the timer up, at least temporarily, not even when being concealed. So you're gonna destroy crucial information before enemy units even arrive? What the hell kind of logic is that? A lot of people say that the game feels a lot more cinematic. Well, the game does feel a lot more cinematic, but what they forget to do is to add the things that make cinema good, like, I don't know, a good story or good characters. Now, don't get me wrong, since we're playing an XCOM game, story and characters are something that you construct yourself as a player of this game, but the way these characters interact with the faceless, nameless, genderless commander shows quite a bit of a narrative potential that just aren't exploited enough. The story itself? It's a point-by-point ripoff of XCOM Enemy Unknown, and it plays a lot of its tropes straight without any sort of twist. Not only the fact that the story plays most of its tropes straight, but the game now feels a little shorter because of that. The performance issues didn't really bother me because I'm a low-spec pleb who is used to playing at 20 FPS and PS1 graphics. However, it would be unfair to not point it out. I've been playing this game on a laptop and XCOM Enemy Within runs pretty smoothly, and this rig can run Fallout 4, Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, and Metal Gear Solid 5. However, XCOM 2 is a turn-based strategy game that demands a hell of a lot more than that. I can only play this game on minimal, and the loading times are atrocious. I don't know if it's just me or if it's other people's as well, but in every single mission, there's like a severe audio lag, so I have to wait for Central to give his instructions before the mission even begin. The final mission itself is an audio lag cluster bomb because everybody has a conversation. I have said that many times before that XCOM 2 is the same good as the previous game, but doing so will only expose the bad stuff that are in the previous game. Thankfully, since the modding community is pretty much alive, most of the problems that I have are pretty much fixed. I can't wait for the Long War team to make a mod appropriate for this game. For what it is, XCOM 2 gets 3 stars stars out of 5. I enjoyed this game, and I recommend you to buy this game, play it for a while, and yeah, sure, it has a lot of problems, but still, play it for a while and then wait for the Long War mod team to just overhaul this entire game. Also, patch out the performance problems, and you'll probably have a game that is worthy of a sequel to XCOM Enemy Unknown. That's all for the review today. If you like this review, you can go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.